Hi, welcome to Vector Speech Tutorials. This is Extemp 101, Overview and Introduction. Today we're going to be taking a look at the purpose and goals of Extemp, the details about the event, thirdly, the expectations that judges will have of you, and then finally some tips and tricks that will help you succeed at Extemp. First, let's take a look at the purpose and goals of Extemp. Extemporaneous speaking is an event based around analyzing current events and then offering your own opinions on them, as supported by your stated reasoning and research you've performed within prep time. Next, let's take a look at a few details about Extemp, just to better understand the event. Now, Extemp is a limited preparation event, which means every round you'll be given a certain amount of prep time with which to write a unique speech in response to a prompt you'll be given at the beginning of the round. For Extemp, that's 30 minutes, which means 30 minutes is how long you have to write, research, and practice your speech. As soon as you enter the Extemp prep room, you'll be given 3 different prompts. You'll eventually have to pick one of these with which to write your speech. Now, Extemp prep time is slightly different from other events in that you're allowed to perform non-internet article research. This means that before the tournament, you'll need to download current news articles, which you can then browse during your prep time while not being connected to the internet. Also, during your prep time, you're allowed to write down notes and also speak from a 3x5 index card. Third, let's take a look at 4 key expectations that your judges will typically have of you in your speech. The first is that you cite 7 to 10 reliable sources within your speech to round out the credibility and reliability of it. The second expectation is that you have multiple well thought out points that provide an interesting perspective of the topic at hand. Third, you should have easy to follow organization and a well-structured speech that the judge can easily understand. And finally, you should present an air of credibility and reliability to the judge to allow yourself to be more persuasive. Last, let's take a look at a few tips and tricks that will help you succeed at Extemp. The first is that you should always tailor the length of your speech to the content you actually have. In short, no one wants to hear a 7-minute speech that only has about 30 seconds worth of content. It's far better to have a short speech that's packed full of valuable information than to hear a long speech that's dragged out and ultimately just bores the judge. The last tip or trick is that you should always keep up with the news, even outside of tournaments. Doing this will make you much more effective at using your prep time effectively. This will also allow you to present an air of credibility and make you seem more reliable in round. Thanks for watching. This has been Vector Speech Tutorials Extemp 101. Make sure you check out some of our other videos in order to learn more about the basics of speaking.